Comeuppance Network.
This is How to Watch TV.
On Comeuppance Network. This is How to Watch TV.
Chronologically Lost with Joel and Jenna. My name's Joel. This is Jenna, obviously.
Obviously. We're brought to you by Comeuppance Network. You can find all of our social media links at thishishowtowatchtv.com.
Email us is howtowatchtv@gmail.com. Twitter @_howtowatchtv. Blah, blah, blah. I'm at Comeuppance on Twitter. Hit me up there if you want.
Hit them.
She doesn't care about Twitter, but at DJ Foxy Jenna, right?
Yes.
I don't think we've ever said that before.
I think it's just Foxy Jenna, isn't it?
Come on.
I don't
it's
even know.
At DJ Foxy Jenna.
You know what? You're right. That's it. Okay.
They haven't changed it. I mean, I don't know what you would change it to.
No, I don't know.
You
I
don't want to
didn't
give up
change
DJ Foxy Jenna.
No, that's, amazing name. Totally.
Okay, so do you want to rant before the episode or after the episode? I'd say let's just do it beforehand.
No, I mean...
It'll get us primed up and ready for the show, I think.
Okay.
Okay, so I found this link the other day that was about shows that changed course midway through, or a season or two into the show, or whatever. So it included things like Archer, which I don't know if you've seen Archer. I'm sure you've seen some while Jeremy was watching it. It's an animated show about a spy. No. Anyway.
I try that one. Anytime I walk in, I hit the back button and we back out of it and change the channel.
Nice. Just basically, they said in season 5, it totally went against what the show was before that, and then it went back to what it was.
Oh, okay.
And it had a list of all these shows that changed somewhere along the way. It went from this kind of a show to that kind of a show. And then number 8 was Lost. Naturally, it was one of the numbers.
Oh, okay.
But
did they do that on purpose?
I don't know. No, there's no... I'm going to say outright, there's no fucking way they did it on purpose because these people are idiots.
Yeah.
I forgot I even mentioned this to you. It's almost unfair to include Lost on this list because the whole point of the show was that after a while, you never knew what kind of show you were going to get. Lost began as a simple series. Nope. No. What show were you watching that Lost was a simple series?
Well, it was simple. They crashed on an island and they were doing flashbacks to their lives before, and then there was a monster on the island, you know.
Well, yeah, it began as a simple series about a group of people trying to survive on a mysterious island after a plane crash. Then came the polar bears, then came the smoke monster, then came the hatch, then came time travel, then came alternate universes.
Yeah, alternate.
You clearly didn't fucking watch the show if you think alternate universes were part of Lost. The biggest shift came at the end of season 3, where Lost taught their audience not to trust that time would be presented in a linear fashion by introducing fast forwards. My fucking brain is wanting to jump out of my head because of stupid shit like that. Fast forwards, fuck yourself, to the show. By the end of the series, full episodes were being dedicated to characters the audience had only barely seen existing multiple millennia before the events of the show.
Wait, who are they referring to there?
Man in Black and Jacob.
So they're...
And Mother.
Okay, so they're doing...
And Claudia.
Full episodes on them? Is that what you're saying?
Richard Alpert. Season 6, episode 9.
Wait, nobody hated those episodes,
right.
So
well,
why
people hated Across the Sea. Across the Sea was the Jacob and Man in Black backstory episode where you learned about the light. Because they were like, what's this? Where we're just watching an episode about characters we didn't even know. Like this late into the run, you're dedicating a whole...
Well, if you watch the show chronologically, you'll know Man in Black.
Right, you know them, and you're like, where the fuck are they?
Right, what are they doing?
Where have they been
now,
for all these
Jacob
years?
is still weaving that freaking blanket!
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like seriously, what is he doing every day? Is he just like sitting there kicking...
There's a gnat.
Ugh.
It's gotta go.
Anyway... Lost is a perfect example of watching a simple premise for a series unravel into something borderline absurd. You didn't watch the show, Screen Rant. At Screen Rant, if you want to tweet them and tell them they're idiots, because alternate universes, fast forwards, like you've lost me.
It is a good name, though, that they rant, like, at the screen.
Yeah.
They, you know.
Screen Rant?
Yeah,
good. Let's promote them some more. They're great. They're the best.
Great.
They make awesome points like that. Where they clearly just like, hey, what happened in Lost?
I want to know what the other shows were on the list.
Ah, fuck, I didn't keep the whole
Heroes.
list there. Shows that... Yep, there it is. 12 shows that changed their premise. Sorry, we'll eventually get to this episode of Lost here. Scrubs. Okay,
I didn't.
I'm going on a minor rant here. Season 9 of Scrubs was good. I liked season 9 of Scrubs.
I didn't watch any.
Scrubs finished after season 8. Basically, they did a series finale, and then the new network that they had just switched to the season before wanted another season.
Yeah.
But they did like interns. Basically, they did med school, where they tore down the hospital, but they were at a medical school.
Was it the same actors or
It wasn't.
like?
It was 2 of them.
Oh,
Only
okay.
JD and Turk came with.
Okay.
And it was like Dave Franco and these other young actresses and actors, and I loved the season.
Good.
Once it got rolling, it was great. And people just hate on it and say that it sucked. Angel wasn't something I ever watched. It was a spin-off from Buffy. It says the first 4 seasons they were, fighting crime and working as a private investigator, and then season 4 finale they like joined the law firm that they were fighting against the whole time, and then the next season was them working at that law firm or something.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
Yeah. Baywatch Nights.
Didn't watch that.
That took a supernatural turn.
Okay.
At some point, and then they tried to pull it back. Lost. Torchwood was on there. I don't know what that is. Supernatural, they're saying that the first couple seasons were about case of the week monsters and shit like that. And then season 4, it started introducing biblical elements. And it was then about, the rapture and, it became bigger in
episode
scope.
1 was like...
that was that devil shit.
Yeah. So how did that turn?
I don't think it did, really.
Okay.
Let's see. Moral Oral, which is a thing that said it was basically just like...
Sounds like At Screen Rant is watching a ton of terrible shows.
What is
is that a show?
It became let's see. It was like a stoner comedy, which makes it. Oh wait, let's see. Oh, when it decided to stop being funny and start getting real. Like the show was funny for the first couple seasons, then it like changed into a brutal story about the main character's relationship with his abusive father for a whole season.
That's not funny.
Told you about Archer. Dollhouse was fucking spectacular. I'm not going to ruin that twist. Go watch Dollhouse.
I've never seen that.
It's worth it. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
It's a great... It's 2
scary?
seasons. No.
Okay.
It's 2 seasons. The premise of the show is that you can rent people. They'll be programmed to whatever you want them to be. Any skill that they need, they could be programmed with. And like you can rent...
Clean my house, cook my dinner,
yeah,
train my children to not be assholes.
Exactly.
I'll buy one right now.
Alias, Prison Break. I guess I can see why they say that for Prison Break, because after the first season, it was them on the run outside the prison.
But then didn't something...
Then, like, they went back to prison, and they got out again, and then it was about, like, just, like, espionage for the 4th season. Like,
yeah.
you know
I don't
what
think I finished it, but...
Basically, just saying it went off its original title.
I did. I lost interest after, I think, mid-season 2, I stopped watching.
Number 1 on the list, Family Matters. Family Matters was just your average everyday sitcom for a few episodes. The Winslow family would go through struggles every week, but come together again by the end of the episode to enter the next one with a fresh start. Then something peculiar happened. The Winslow's nerdy neighbor Urkel started visiting, then he kept coming back, and by the 2nd season his popularity was so huge that he was upgraded to full-time cast member. Eventually he became the main character of the series.
But it was still about their struggles.
Yeah, but he was, you watched
as a family with
Urkel.
him. Oh, okay. I guess.
But he wasn't in it, basically, to start.
Right.
It wasn't about him at all, and then he just became one of the main focuses
Well,
of the show.
that's kind of like with Seinfeld. Like, Elaine wasn't an original cast member.
I'm sorry, Lost doesn't belong on that list.
It does. No.
It was intricately planned from the start, of which ways they were going with it overarching. They didn't plan every detail, but they knew kind of how it all interconnected. You had to. Nobody could fucking make it go in chronological order like this and make it make sense if they didn't.
Right.
Just a thought.
Okay.
Okay, so now getting into episode 43, November 4th, 2004, day 44. This is absolutely the first time that one day has been 2 full episodes.
Yeah, because we didn't make it.
Last episode was day 44, and this is day 44.
Oh, it was end of or beginning of day 44 when they cast off on the raft? Okay.
Yeah. So we only saw it till like midday or whatever. Or maybe it was morning. Who even knows?
I think it would have been morning.
Yeah. So we start off on the raft, and Jen is looking accomplished, like a man who just achieved something. Just kind of looking stoic out at the horizon. Walt points out the beautiful island. Michael's like, how did a place this big not get discovered?
Yeah, it was giant.
Yeah, it was pretty damn huge. Sawyer wants to build a beach resort there.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, why not? It looks gorgeous enough to
With
do that.
Hurley's money?
Right. Imagine how, I don't know, imagine the island that they're describing. I don't know. I just have a hard time figuring out how they even get shots where it looks like the wild. You know, where it doesn't look like civilization is on that island.
They must be CGIing out some houses and stuff because
You would think.
there's got to be giant houses on those hilltops and stuff where,
I don't know. Maybe not.
well, I mean, a lot of that is volcano, right? Isn't all of Hawaii one giant volcano?
I don't know. I mean, I should know more
Pretty
about that. I know more
sure.
about the Lost Island than I do the actual island of Hawaii.
Yeah.
Let's see. So Walt's, Michael's happy to say goodbye to this place forever, whereas Sawyer would build a beach resort. And Walt asks about everyone else, and, you know, and I was just like,
He's like, maybe.
Sawyer is singing Bob Marley, and then Michael also likes Bob Marley. They share a moment.
I like Bob Marley.
I mean, who doesn't like Bob Marley? At the beach, Sun looks out at an empty ocean. Shannon's trying to carry 3 full cases and Vincent because she's ridiculous. And Saeed is guilting her for taking so much shit.
She was not carrying Vincent.
Well,
She was holding on to him.
she was trying to drag. I mean, he was dragging her along,
Yeah.
really. He's giving her shit for trying to take so much. Do you really need all this stuff?
Well, and I think that moment, like, because that one kind of choked me up when he was, like, offering to help her and everything. And I was like, I don't remember caring as much about their relationship and how sweet he was towards her, even though she was seemingly a pain in the ass, but she had just gone through so much.
Right. It is hard to put that aside because in Lost, they kind of skip over things like really quickly and get on to the next thing, so you forget, oh, we haven't been spending any time on that storyline with Shannon, really. So when we see this little glimpse, that was a glimpse in an episode about somebody else's flashback, you know? So it didn't really matter then, but in this version, you're just seeing them on the island, and it's like, oh, yeah, you do see that there was a genuine connection there.
Right.
Or at least her seeing him as a savior type.
Or just somebody who actually cared about her instead of using her for...
Well, but Boone didn't use her. She leaned on Boone.
She used Boone, but I think she regretted that and kind of knew what she did. But she wanted to have a nice relationship with Saeed.
Yeah.
But she was still holding on to Boone. He let her go. She moved on, and then he left. He died. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like... I don't know. I get why she had that... I mean, she's in a mourning stage, and Saeed's giving her her space, which is nice.
Right, but he was shitty to her for a second, thinking she's just being typical Shannon still.
Yeah.
I mean, even though he doesn't really know that typical Shannon, like, that was more something with Boone. But he's giving her shit, and then she sees that it's Boone's stuff, and she's just like, I just can't. Like, I just can't not take this stuff. I need these things.
Yeah, I get it.
And she's pissed that they're hiding, you know, and she says this is all too much, and he's like, it won't be if I carry it for you.
It was so sweet.
It really was. There were many times in this episode where I teared up.
Like right now.
Yes, I'm just doing
that. What are you
that
doing?
for a
Why are you
fact.
stabbing your eye? God, it looked like you were just like...
No, I just put it in the corner and
You
drip
shove
it
it in the
That's
corner to where you can feel it?
I don't feel it touch my eye or anything.
Oh, God.
No. But I honestly, I didn't drop a tear. Yeah, I did drop a tear during this episode. At least one. I welled up many times.
Yeah.
There was just something about this episode. I don't know if it was that they were saving it all for the finale.
Maybe. Have we gotten to season 3 yet? Like...
We're on season 1.
I'm saying, like, or at all... Well, I mean, I meant 2. Jumping around, have we seen any of... I mean, like,
yes,
Saeed,
we
or
saw
not
some
Saeed.
we saw some of season
Desmond
2.
in down there is 2.
That's season
Okay.
2. Yes, that's the opening to season 2.
Right. Okay.
Was him, that montage and the make your own kind of music. Let's see. Where are we at here? Oh, we go to the dark territory. Mm-hmm. I just have a hard time. I've genuinely confused myself over the years, the past 6 or 7 years, speaking British, to where I forget sometimes what is the correct pronunciation of something.
Why?
something like territory. Like I've heard it said that way so many times that like it's kind of burned its way into my brain.
No, it has not at all.
Laboratory instead of laboratory.
I don't use either one of those words.
Laboratory? You've never said laboratory when talking
what?
about. I don't know.
Like a bathroom?
No, that's laboratory.
No, it's not. It's a bathroom.
Yeah, no, not in that sense. A laboratory, like a scientist uses. A science laboratory.
A science lab? Yeah, I call it that.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying that for those kind of weird pronunciation things, Saeed says it the dark territory. And it sounds so much cooler than dark territory.
Well, yeah.
I don't know.
Saeed doesn't even have a cool accent in real life.
No, but in the show.
He does. Great accent. He did a great job.
Hashtag great accent in show. Hashtag bad accent real life.
Right. Like us, we have nothing accents.
Right. In the dark territory, Hurley sitting on a log. And you forget this is right after Arsht blew up.
Right.
And then Kate asks if he's okay. And he's like, he just kind of exploded in front of us. He thinks this is because he came. He thinks he's bad luck. And Kate just says it was an accident. What? What are you texting?
And the guy renting the gym was like, it's blazing in here.
What, hot?
Yeah, because they're...
Oh, weren't they working on putting the air conditioning in?
Yeah, they didn't fix it yet.
But one worked, didn't it? Or did none work?
No, it doesn't work. It's at least 80 degrees in there.
Oh, at least.
And they're playing basketball.
It's got to be hot as shit in there.
Let me see.
That's ridiculous.
See what it says. Oh, it says 78.
That's brutal.
That's not...
You can't just turn on the fan? It'll just run an actual fan. That's got to be better.
It says cooling. They both say cooling.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry.
So it's blowing something around in there. Probably hot air.
Hot air. Like my car. I have no AC in the car. Like, it's just death in a trap.
If you want more of this, tune into Joel Henderson show. That's basically what that is. Just
well,
not
you never
with Jenna.
invite me to the Joel Henderson show, so don't always advertise the Joel Henderson show when I talk about things other than Lost.
I'm just
saying. If you want
saying,
more of this nonsense that Jenna's not going to talk about on my other show because I'd never invited her to it.
Well, she could come on the other show, but I rarely do it. I just occasionally I'll go over to Tony's house and be like, "Hey, you want to do a podcast?" Okay, and I'll just listen to him rant for a little bit.
My God.
I think it could be interesting with like me, you, Jeremy.
I feel like that's our life every day. Me, you, Jeremy, talking.
Well, yeah, but that's why it's
arguing.
Interesting. That was the point of my podcast to begin with, is that it feels like a lot of shows like that are too trying to be something. And I think we are genuinely funny. Objectively, I think we're funny. And hanging out with us is entertaining. So I always wanted to just record that so that it's like, boom, this is something we can only uniquely provide.
Right.
The other people who come in and out and get to witness like the way we interact. Not that we're the greatest fucking thing ever.
We are amazing. But
it's entertaining. And like
everybody wants to be us and be friends with us.
They say play to your strengths. And that's one of those things that like I just find to be one of our strengths, just hanging out, riffing stupid bullshit while we're talking. And it's funny and whatever. Stuff. Join us for that.
So back to Lost. I'll start
bringing Jenna on that podcast.
He's lying. Okay, so...
we go to the Black Rock.
I want to tell you what I found.
What did you
What
find?
are the active volcanoes in Hawaii and what are the statuses? So there's 5 active volcanoes in Hawaii. So I thought that the whole island was a volcano, so apparently that's wrong. But there's 5. Loihi, Kalui, Mauna Loa, Hualalai.
This is my favorite thing ever.
Halikula. I knew that one.
Caligula?
Halikula.
Pretty sure he was a Greek emperor.
No,
Roman, sorry.
Halikala. Anyway, so that's my Hawaii facts for right now. There's 5 active volcanoes.
So it wasn't really about Lost, but...
we just talked about whether or not the whole thing was a volcano.
Yeah, no, not a volcano. 5 volcanoes, not a volcano, though.
That's all.
Not one. Yeah. At the Black Rock, Jack is doing the same thing Arse was doing, like dipping the shirts in the mud and whatnot. And Locke
seemed to be doing a better job of it.
Right.
Like fully wet.
2 hands, not
like
holding dynamite with one hand.
Yeah.
Locke and Jack are staring at the box of dynamite, trying to take him out. Jack doesn't think it's the best way. It's the only way. Locke grabs one and sets it on the wet rag. And he's like, okay, so if 2 we'll blow the hinge. We should have 3 to be safe. And then Locke's looking in there, and he's trying to take out the driest pieces so they don't have because it was the sweating nitroglycerin. So yeah, he asks if Jack ever played Operation, and he says he always got zapped on the funny bone.
Yeah.
And so he fucking picks one up, and he goes, "Buzz," and Jack.
I know, that was so good.
He asks if John likes playing games. Absolutely.
He does.
Yeah. Does he? Yeah, he played Risk or whatever that game was.
And he played backgammon with
and
Walt like all the
Mousetrap.
time. Yeah.
In the store. I was not very certain on that. I'm like, was
Yes,
it really?
absolutely.
Yeah, he does like playing games. At the beach camp, Charlie solved the turnip head transport issue. He made a Bjorn.
Yeah.
It's Dutch for baby carrier.
Pretty sure there's like one that's actually called Baby Bjorn.
Yeah.
It's like a brand name.
Probably,
Yeah.
She gives him a kiss on the cheek. I think that's their first any sort of thing, physical intimacy.
Yeah, probably.
Rousseau comes up freaking out, asking for Saeed. Charlie goes to get him, leaves Claire there with her, and she asks the baby's name, and she hasn't named it yet. It's still Turnip Head. She didn't tell her Turnip Head, TH for short.
Right.
She asks to hold the baby, and then Claire recognizes the marks on her arm, which is a point of contention for us, because it's irritating that you know what they could have done? They could have shown it both times. It was such a short clip that they could have just shown it, unless the point is Claire didn't remember until that moment. So, like, it wouldn't have made sense to put it there.
Maybe.
Like, it annoys me. Trust me.
Definitely, it should have been shown.
Why the
when it
fuck
happened.
haven't we seen Ethan yet in the thing? Like, unless it's just another memory.
It's gotta just be another memory.
It's gotta
of
be
hers.
when they go there.
When they go
God
there, that
damn
she's
it.
gonna have like these flashbacks. But I still think that it's just laziness on their part that they didn't want to put the flashbacks where they belonged, because they would have made sense there.
They would have made sense there.
Because
And again, I wouldn't have minded
Ethan
seeing him
taking
twice.
her, and then we would have seen.
I wouldn't have minded seeing it as a
Right.
flashback when it happened too.
Right. Then we would have seen Rousseau stabbing her in the stomach with because Rousseau was injecting her, right?
No.
Was it Ethan
Rousseau
injecting
was saving her. Rousseau was getting her away from Ethan and them.
Okay. Well, whatever. We would have known.
This
what the hell was
fucking
going on.
gnat is driving me
It's
crazy.
awful.
It is the worst gnat
Yeah.
of all time.
Okay, but.
We haven't even gotten to the opening credits
Oh, sorry.
yet. So she sees that, and she asks Rousseau why she scratched her, and then we go to the opening credits. Sorry, what? Go.
Okay. Opening credits. I know that they haven't revealed the baby's name yet. However, I was just thinking, oh, they both are A's, Alex and Aaron,
Okay.
and they're both unisex names. Not that it matters.
No, that does. Everything fucking matters.
it's
What are you
just-
talking about? Don't
I
ever
was just-
dismiss something
Well,
that
I
you
mean, it's
thought
just
about Lost.
like, oh, that's kind of weird that they could both be girl or boy names, because we didn't know that Alex. We didn't. First of all, we
Right.
don't know who Alex is yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Correct.
Did she say it yet?
She said, yeah, she said it was her daughter.
At
Or,
the,
I mean, her-
in the last episode, right?
Yeah, said
She
it was
said,
her daughter. Or her
16
kid.
years ago, they took her daughter,
baby.
her baby Alex.
I don't
or
know if
whatever.
she said that it's a girl yet.
I don't remember, but anyway, like, I just was thinking, like, oh, they both picked names that are A's and unisex names because they could go either way.
That's interesting because later on I made another connection between the two that we'll talk about when we get there. But that's interesting that you found another connection there between these two fucking kids.
Do you have a fly swatter? Something?
I don't know.
We need to just burn down the house.
Right, let's fuck it. We're just moving out. Beach camp, everyone's moving. Charlie comes running up to get Saeed. Son's kneeling over a knocked out Claire. They notice Turnip Head is gone. Claire loses her shit when she realizes the baby's gone. That was one of them.
Yeah.
That was one of the times that I welled
See,
up.
and I didn't well up there because she's so awful when she's yelling like that.
Yeah,
Like,
but the second she realized her kid was gone, you didn't empathize?
no.
No?
I was like,
Wow.
oh God, she's so like Australian and yelling, and I don't
she
know.
She is Australian.
But it was just weird. I don't know. It just was.
What the
It was not. Yes, I'm my baby. Ah. And I'm like, oh my God, really? You have to act like that? I don't know. It just didn't get me.
Yeah.
I didn't buy into it.
Okay. Charlie blames Saeed and punches him, saying if he had just given him a gun.
Right, calm down.
Yeah,
Charlie.
right. And then the way Saeed stops him by holding him by the throat,
Yeah.
and he's like, Do not hit me again.
Yeah, so good.
Now, when he said, if you want to waste time assigning blame, there's plenty to go around. What the fuck does that mean? That feels like he was trying to take a shot at Charlie.
Well, Charlie left Claire there, so he could be to blame. What are you talking about?
Okay, well, but...
He should have said, come on, Claire, let's go get Saeed or
But
something.
he introduced Danielle to the group, so to speak. Saeed did. He kind of integrated her into knowing...
Oh, God, it's so bad.
Right, it's terrible. I'm glad I have pop today instead of beer. Let's see. Saeed wants to catch her. We go to the Black Rock, and Locke and Jack are packing up the dynamite in a backpack. Locke wants to split it up. He says if we need 3 sticks, then we should bring 3 and 3 as a failsafe. I thought that was good wording.
As a failsafe?
Yeah, failsafe key.
Yeah.
In case one of us, explodes.
Blows up.
Yep. Kate wants to take one, and Locke says they'll draw straws. We don't have time to bicker. Let fate decide. Hurley tells Jack that he has some Arnst on him. He's still fucking saying it wrong.
Right, he got it wrong again. I noticed it that time.
Right. And Locke and Kate win the draw. Jack doesn't like it. I mean, that's basically the gist of that shit. He's being super protective of Kate.
But why?
It's amazing that they just don't realize they can't blow up.
But you see here that she's a total bitch to him the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why he cares for her.
Because he's on an island, and she's decent enough that he's like...
There's other cute girls that nobody sees.
But do they matter?
Okay.
I don't know. I totally hear you. I just keep hoping that like a background character is going to pop out and start being something important on the watch through.
Can
we just
maybe
didn't
it changed.
notice.
Wow, we didn't notice that.
Yeah, exactly. That would be the greatest fucking thing ever.
If they just changed it.
If you rewatch a show and they keep adding things to it, it's not that you notice more. They just add things each rewatch. At the raft, they're discussing what their equipment does. They turn on the radar. Sawyer's reading the messages from the bottle and mentions Tracy missing her husband, yet she's her kids and husband in Fresno, but yet she sleeps next to Scott to keep her warm at night.
Right.
And the Walt's like, that's Steve, not Scott.
Scott died.
Scott's dead, yeah. They always, every fucking time they mention Steve or Scott, they say, no, that's the other one.
Right.
Every fucking time.
God dang it.
Who the hell's Hugo, and how does he have $160 million to leave to his mom?
Right.
I think that was the reasoning for... I mean, maybe not just that one thing, but I think that's the reason that he has a nickname.
Hurley?
They never said what Hurley stood for. Like, where he got the nickname, or what it meant. Charlie asked him about it, and he's like, I'm not telling.
Oh.
And that we never found out what Hurley, where that came from.
I thought his name was Hugo Hurley Reyes. Is it not?
Hugo Hurley is his nickname.
Oh, so that's just, they write it like that.
Yeah, it's like James Sawyer Ford. He's not, his middle name's not Sawyer.
Why don't we have cool nicknames?
I don't know.
What the hell?
Well, we have to, our parents would have
had to commit suicide. My name is Jenna,
suicide.
and that is the only thing that anybody ever calls me. Or Mom.
I mean,
Jenna.
I give out nicknames. I rebrand people. If you wanted a rebranding, all you had to do was ask.
I mean.
I rebranded Josh as Jim.
Yeah, totally weird.
And then went from Jim to Linus, or it started James, then Jimmy, then, just been all over the place. Big Al, he was Alex before that, then he'd be Big Al for years.
Right.
At Al that is big. There's just, I do that, but I don't know, I never thought of a nickname for you.
Oh.
Sorry.
My whole life.
Never.
30 years.
Yep.
Never.
Not once. Walt asked why he didn't write a note, and he's like, the only note I ever wrote is to the man I'm going to kill.
But I thought that he thought that he killed the guy already. So then he found out it wasn't him?
He found out almost immediately.
Oh, okay.
Like, he realized right then that it was the wrong guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's like, oh, what's his name? The Terminator guy.
He knew he was played.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. He said, why? Why did you write that note? He's like, why are you going to do that? Because I need to kill him. Why? Because.
Right.
He just couldn't justify it to a kid. At the beach, Saeed and Charlie are running toward the black smoke, and the others are precisely why she would go there, is what he says. So he's already put together that she would try to trade the baby.
Right. For her teenager.
Right.
That makes a lot of sense.
She saw the smoke 16 years ago when Alex was taken. Turns out Saeed has the gun case. I didn't remember that transfer taking place. Jack giving him the case?
Well, yeah, because they were going off to the... Maybe he just knew where they were.
But he still needed the key.
Yeah, but Jack wouldn't have taken the key with him to the Black Rock.
Fair enough. Okay, yeah, he probably gave it to him before he left. He gives Charlie a gun and says it's not about revenge. Don't make it personal. Claire and Son catch up, and Claire says she wants to go too. Like, they caught up to where they were at. And so, just something I wanted to scream about real quick. It's been 2 days, and she's fucking running full speed. She had a baby 2 days ago.
Claire?
And she's fucking booking and keeping up with Charlie and
Yeah,
Saeed running at
whatever.
that fucking
Not
speed.
happening.
No way.
And she's wearing khaki pants.
Okay, a slightly more disgusting point.
Okay.
But what the fuck?
Okay.
No way Jen was ever running 2 days after having a baby.
No, and you know what else would be happening 2 days after? Well, first of all, hours after
This
the
is
baby
going to be
is
gross.
gone.
This
I know.
is going to be fucking gross. So just brace yourselves.
The baby has been gone for hours, okay? Like, after the whole day, the baby's gone. Nobody fed it the entire day. The whole fucking day. And Claire's over here like, oh, everything's great. Well, I just... her boobs would be exploding
I think you
everywhere.
ranted about that.
Okay, yeah. No, she wouldn't be like crying in pain because her boobs would be so swollen from the milk that should have been in that child's stomach. And yet the baby is just perfectly content not eating for like, what, 12 hours? No, not happening. They did such a good job of a lot of things, but this they really failed on.
I mean, it's just one of those things where they didn't have time to dwell. No, fuck.
They had plenty of time.
And they did. They covered it. I'm an idiot.
Oh yeah, we already talked about that. But however, she's still... I get that she healed her vagina from, the island, whatever. But her
God
boobs
damn
would
it.
still
Sorry
be
for
swollen.
that rant. It's absolutely
No,
that.
her boobs would still be swollen.
No, they heal. The milk,
She has
the milk
to
goes
feed
down.
the child. No.
Yeah, the milk just
No.
goes... Because it doesn't want you to have children, so it's like
Okay, so the
anti-boob milk.
okay, so the island is just
Healing
feeding
her
the baby.
boobs, yes, and healing the
And-
baby's...
oh, okay.
Healing the baby's food.
Yeah.
They're just healing it just so that it's
That's
not
good.
dying.
It
'cause
doesn't need
from hunger.
anything. Perfect. Okay. Well, now that that's wrapped up, now we can move on to the
Right.
next subject.
Right. She's fighting Charlie about wanting to come with. She thinks it's her fault. And then she tells Charlie to get Aaron back.
Did
And
you
damn
well up
it,
at this part?
Fucking onions again.
No.
there.
Her
Like,
acting was terrible.
It wasn't.
I could
When
not.
she said get Aaron back, she slipped naming her fucking kid. She just knew that was just his name, and she had never said it out loud before.
Oh.
And that was the first time we heard Aaron. So yeah, that was why I welled up, because she fucking named him in that moment.
I
She cared
guess.
enough to get him back. Before that, he was just...
Get Aaron
She
back.
was a nameless
Get him
baby.
back.
Yeah, he was a nameless baby before that. She wasn't connected to it enough until it was taken from her to realize, holy fuck, that's what I had.
Yeah.
Like with Thomas just leaving, there's no, second guessing that. This,
Right.
she's like, fuck, I want my baby back. I love him. His name's Aaron.
I
And
want
like
my
that,
baby back, baby back.
that
baby
fucking connected for me for some reason.
Did
Yeah, I
not.
started crying there. Charlie promises to get him back, and then it pans up to the black smoke. Coincidentally, the first episode we see the black smoke.
First episode of the season?
Of this version, for these characters. For the on-island characters now, the plane crash. Since the plane crash, it's the first time we've seen the smoke monster.
Oh, you're talking about the black smoke burning and
I was just saying there was the black smoke there,
Okay.
and it also just happens to be the first episode
Okay.
Jack and Kate see the mini smoke monster.
the roller coaster smoke monster.
Right.
Okay. Seriously.
On the raft, Michael offers Walt to drive. The rudder is how you steer. They're going north by northeast, going for a shipping lane. Walt asks why Michael and his mom didn't stay together, and he's like, we tried. It's just, different directions. And then, why didn't you see me? And he's like, your mom didn't want me to. And he's like, well, or she did what she thought was best for you. And he's like, well, she was wrong.
That was nice.
Another.
That one I bought, so I
was like,
liked that.
damn it.
Yeah.
Fucking stop. The stuff's hitting too quickly back to back.
And Joel's over here just crying the whole episode.
Right, just blubbering. No, I didn't cry. I mean, that one made me well up because, again, there's something that is different now. Even though I had Lena at the time, like, just that there's 3 now and shit. Like, there's just something about it that the parental stuff means more.
Yeah.
You know, Lena wasn't as old as Walt. You know what I mean?
Right.
Even when I was watching it at first. You know, she was a baby.
Right.
She was born that year. You know, the year it came out.
Yeah.
So, it didn't connect the same way. And now all this shit hits me.
Yeah. I mean, I just keep picturing, like, Jeremy watching the season finale, or the series finale of Parks and Rec the whole time. Just the whole time he's crying.
It's ridiculously good, though.
Tears just falling.
Because
I'm
you know
what
it's
in
it.
the world?
You know
Why are
that's the
you
end of it.
crying like a freaking baby?
I just can't help it. I love a good cry. I'm not afraid to cry at all.
my
And
God.
like, I'm good. If I
So
could
good.
cry every day, I'm good.
I guess, like, Dad never really cried when we were growing up. I mean, I don't remember him crying. Do you remember him crying?
No, I'll put this on the topic list for Joel Henderson show.
Okay. I'm just saying, I don't, but I know a lot of guys that do cry watching shows. I don't
dad
remember
cry?
my dad crying.
I don't know. More specifically, I don't remember Mom cussing except like 3 times she said fuck.
I can remember her cussing a few times. I remember specifically her spanking me one time and me laughing at her, and that pissing her off even more.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that with Maddie or Caden. I don't think they've done that exact same
No,
thing.
well, because she would spank us, and she didn't hurt, because
Right.
she's so tiny and
Yeah.
whatever. So I would be like, ha, and then she'd be so furious because she wanted to hurt me, but she couldn't. Like.
One time she cursed because she thought Dad was playing music so loudly that he was shaking the house. And there was an earthquake.
Oh, really?
And she's like, motherfucker! Like, she's like, what the fuck? Or something.
Yeah.
That we were upstairs in their bedroom, and it was just like, she thought he was doing something so loud.
Yeah.
Or, whatever. So
There's a
good
lot of
stuff.
earthquakes going on in my house, like, all the time.
Right.
With loud music, loud movies, everything.
Let's see. So, the rudder breaks off right after this awe moment.
Yeah, and I was waiting for somebody to, like, blame Walt, but they didn't. Because I guess, generally in life, when something happens and a kid's sitting there, you're like, what the fuck, Walt?
Yeah, God damn it!
What did you do? And
Too soon.
Nobody. did
Everybody had
that.
to react too quickly.
They
Like,
were-
oh shit,
yeah.
Sawyer's in the water. What's
Right.
going on?
Yeah, so I just thought that's all I thought about when it happened was like, oh, they're going to blame Walt for that. But it was really just a log.
Yeah.
And they're all like totally calm and they just fix it. Like, okay.
Yeah, the best thing about the rudder breaking off, any guesses?
The best thing.
Jin going, rudder! Rudder!
Oh,
Fucking just like udders.
udders.
When he's pointing
Yeah.
out, when he's running after he's tied in season 2. Good
well,
stuff.
when I don't know, because the thing was going and then they pulled down the sail
Mm-hmm.
and threw the rope out, but he would have been way too far away. And then he
that was a huge rope. I'm like, what? Where do you find that on an
quickly
island?
pulls the rope back in and throws it again, and then Sawyer's just magically right there. Like they showed a pan out, and he was like 40 feet away, and then they were like right there. There's no way because the raft would have been going at least fairly quickly with the current, and then Sawyer was going in the opposite direction. There's no
Right.
way he would have swam that fast. I don't know. Just me.
He
complaining.
makes it back, and then,
does.
he says, you saved our ass. Then he finds Sawyer's gun and gets all pissy.
Yeah.
Why are you all
Why?
pissy about that? Who
Right.
gives a shit if he has a gun on the raft?
You should put your shirt back on.
Before you burn.
Right. Okay. Does that mean he's gonna burn in hell? Is that what that was? Well, can you get the damn gnat?
I don't know. I can't, apparently. It still lives. Back in the dark territory, Jack puts a
Territory.
backpack on Kate, and Kate apologizes, and Jack plays it all cool, knowing that he's not really putting the dynamite
Right.
in her backpack. Jack leads then Kate, Hurley, and John. They stagger their formation and keep a safe distance so that they don't blow each other up. They were all standing right there. Remember one of the last thing Arst said was, "Did I tell you to come closer?"
Right.
Like, he saved their life. I mean,
Yeah.
he
Stay back!
He fucked himself. He wouldn't have blown up if they were too close.
Why?
Because they couldn't be blown up.
Oh. Okay.
I'm guessing that that's basically like the island, allowing him to die, but keeping him safe, keeping the others safe.
Well,
so if Jack's standing right next to him, arm around Arst is still there.
Yeah, that's true.
Now instead, Jack just has a little Arst on his back.
Nobody's friends with Arst.
Right, yeah, exactly. Who cares about Arst? Let's see. Oh, if you see anything, and she's like a security system that eats people, yeah, like that, basically.
Yeah.
If you see that, drop your backpack, or drop your
Drop
back
it.
and
Just-
run. Yeah, drop it. Set it down gently and run. Back at the caves, Sun brings Claire back along with the rest of the group from the beach. Shannon sees the table Boone died on and has a little moment. Sun tells Shannon that he died bravely. I thought she was going to go and elaborate. Like, why wouldn't you tell
I
a
thought
little
she
more?
already told her that.
Yeah, sort of. She did. Yeah.
Pretty sure they already had this conversation.
Right. And then Sun asks, do you think all this that we've been through, do you think we're being punished?
This part got me.
Yeah?
Because...
Things we did before, secrets we kept, lies we told, and then Shannon asks who she thinks is punishing them. Fate? So what part of that got you? Because this didn't get me.
Because Sun was feeling guilty for
all the shit.
All the stuff that she did, all the lies, cheating on her husband, keeping the secrets from Jen about learning English and all of that, keeping the secret about who his mom is. So her punishment is she has to live on this island without her husband.
Right. And then Claire chimes in. No one says no one's punishing us. No such thing as fate. It's fucking Nat.
Oh my god, it's the worst.
We go to the flat rocks. Yeah, that's the only way I can really describe them. I'm not sure what else to call them.
Right.
We get one of my favorite Lost scores, Hollywood and Vines. The dun 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 dun. Charlie's trying to keep up with Saeed. They're losing light, he says. Charlie loses Saeed. He calls out for him, and then they're near the Beechcraft. And then, of course, he tosses him a heroin statue, and they do a cool shot on Charlie.
It's been what, a month since he's been clean?
Right. Yeah, but then the reason he got clean wasn't because he wanted to. It was because he was going to run out.
Because he ran out, yeah.
Well, he didn't run out. He tossed it into the fire. He made the choice. But yeah, he knew he was going to run out. Now, you're fine.
You're good for ever.
Right.
So.
All he would have to do is seriously take all of those statues, which he eventually does.
Yeah. And just, sell them.
Not even sell. No, just keep them
He'd
and
make
then
a lot of
use
money.
a little bit here and there.
He'd make a lot of money on the island. Just saying.
From all the people with cash?
All the priests that would buy his stash on the island.
In the dark territory, they're walking back but keeping their distance. Hurley asks what they think is in the hatch. He thinks there's stacks of TV dinners, TVs with cable, clean socks with soap, Twinkies. Locke laughs and's like, I like Twinkies too.
Right, and Twinkies do last forever.
Yeah. Locke thinks hope is inside.
That's nice.
And then we hear and see the Hurley bird.
Did he say Hurley at that
Yes.
point? I didn't catch that. I don't think I ever caught that.
And then Hurley, whoever named this place the Dark Territory, genius.
Yeah.
Still one of my favorite things in the show. Too bad they didn't get a chance to expand too much on it, the Hurley bird.
Yeah.
That was so fucking fantastic. And it was like, that bird just say his name?
That's because that's when Jacob was bored, so he's like, hey bird, come here.
No, but it was Dharma Initiative.
Come here bird.
We learned about it.
Go tell. They taught the bird how to say Hurley?
We learned about the genetic experiments they were doing with birds.
And teaching them to say Hurley?
You heard it say Hurley in the background of the video. You've never seen The New Man in Charge?
Maybe.
We watched it. It was that thing that happened after Lost.
It wasn't in Chronologically Lost, so no, I don't
remember.
remember.
It will be. It'll be the very last thing we see.
And it'll be them training that bird then?
It shows, Ben is showing some guys that work in a warehouse that are doing the pallet drops. He shows them a disc from the island, and it's talking about the stuff they were doing there. And it answers some questions from the show that never got addressed. And one of them is, we're talking about these genetic mutations we've done on these birds, or as we're calling them, hybrids, instead of hybrids.
Okay.
And you hear it in the cage behind him, it's covered, it's going, Hurley! Hurley. Like, it's exactly the fucking same.
Oh, okay.
So you, like, knew that it was the Dharma Initiative that was doing shit to him.
Okay.
I don't know what, but genetic mutations, potentially.
But didn't Hurley end up taking over the island?
Yes.
Okay, so you don't think it's possible that Jacob was, like, teaching these birds how to say Hurley?
No, I mean, only because they outright said it was the Dharma Initiative.
Okay. I mean, the birds still lived on the island and Jacob lived there, too, so...
Right. But it was in a cage at that point. They were talking about genetically altering stuff, so I don't know what the
And
fuck
that makes them learn certain words?
I guess. I
Okay.
don't know. I don't know why it would be Hurley either. That might just be one of those coincidences where it says a noise that sounds like his nickname. You know,
I mean...
maybe that's why he's got the nickname. Somebody heard the bird.
Yeah.
The bird is the
Maybe
word.
the bird was born at the same
Oh,
time
I'm ready for
Hurley
this.
was.
Go on. This is going to be good.
I don't know. I got nothing.
Let's see. Jack and Kate see a small version of the smoke monster, and it ticka-tickas, you know.
Yeah, and every time I hear it, I'm like, we should go to Six Flags.
Right. Locke takes off his backpack, but doesn't run. And then Jack goes back after him, and Locke's looking for it, and the tree right next to him gets ripped out.
Yeah.
And then it looks down at Locke, and he looks terrified. Didn't he say he looked into the eye of the
Yes.
island and it was beautiful?
Yeah.
Before this, right?
Right.
So what the fuck did he see then?
This is that twist in the show that they were talking about.
Right, this is where it just takes a
This is where
turn.
It takes a weird turn. Okay, but it seriously does,
But
because
all of a
I did
sudden
not
he-
agree with any of this. Number one, Locke's supposed to be one of the numbers, so he's not supposed to be able to be hurt by the island. But yet he was dragged into that hole
Yeah,
as
but he
if
didn't get killed.
because Kate threw the dynamite down there.
I don't know. It's one of those things where you could almost argue that all of that was supposed to happen.
I guess, but
But I don't know what part of the plan it would be.
oh, the
Holy shit. I think that's why some of the stuff down there is fucked up. Remember when Ben and Locke went down there? Man and Locke?
yeah.
Or Ben went all the way down? Remember there was a big-ass hole in the floor? What if that was from the fucking
Oh, I
dynamite?
bet it was.
That's crazy. I
I don't
never put
remember
that
the
together.
whole, but
Locke was looking down from above when he lowered Ben down in there to where the smoke monster comes out of. That,
did we
that
see
grate.
that already? No, that
that's-
hasn't happened yet.
No, that's towards the end of the series.
Okay.
But just fucking,
But that was
I never
Man
put
in
that
Black,
together.
so he knew it was there.
Yeah.
Other thing that pissed me off from this little part was the fact that Kate said she wanted to be responsible and carry the dynamite.
Yeah.
Yet as soon as the smoke monster came, she started fucking running and didn't take off her backpack. So even though there was no dynamite in her backpack, she wasn't prepared to actually act as if it was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
She was running. She was just off and going.
Yeah.
Like for a long time.
yeah, and then comes back.
And then comes back and is like, oh, I should take off this dynamite here.
Well, no, Locke was being dragged into the hole at that point when we first see Kate again, and she goes to take off her backpack to get the dynamite, and Jack's like, it's not in there, it's in mine, go get it.
Yeah.
But he's being dragged away like Montan was to go down the hole. Now, if the smoke monster really wanted to fuck Locke up, he could have twirled around both arms and cut them off
Right.
and pulled him down, but he wasn't going to kill him. Something about it was planned. I don't know if anybody has any thoughts on why.
So
they
why
would
was
want
he
him to do
scared
that.
then?
Who?
Locke.
Yeah, what scared him? I want to know that too. Why did he all of a sudden go from, maybe because of the flashes in the cloud?
So he saw the flashes and maybe he saw that he was going to die.
Maybe something, yeah. Maybe who knows what he saw? That's a good point. It could be any number of things that he
Yeah.
saw in there that actually scared him. But he ends up tossing the thing down. But Locke doesn't want them to do it. He's like,
Right.
I'll be fine. And she tosses the dynamite down there. It explodes. We see the smoke monster in full, which is very weird that we even bothered to see the little Ticka Ticka version when we saw the full version a couple minutes later.
We did.
Yeah, when they threw the dynamite out, it exploded, and then the smoke monster came out the other side.
Oh, yeah.
And like the whole thing, and then
Yeah.
went away.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm super excited that I put together that the dynamite exploded that cave
Yeah, that's
system
cool.
down there.
I'm
That
looking
has to
forward
be
to
the
seeing
case,
that.
right? So anyway, they pull Locke out, and then we go back to the raft. The sun's setting. Michael finds Jin's cheat sheet under his father-in-law's watch, the same watch that caused so much fucking trouble between them. He wishes that she made one for him too. What does it say? Starboard, aft, port, sail, eat.
But he knows what does it say? You know what I'm saying? Like, he knew that he was asking a question.
Yeah. Like what? Well, but he kept saying English words. What words? What can you... Yeah, he has to know. Say, him and Jin have some sort of interpersonal language going on where they can understand what the other one's trying to say.
Because I have no idea anything that Jin says
Right.
in Korean. No idea.
Nope. Michael tells him how lucky he is to have Sun, and then the rudder's working again. He gives Jin back the watch, and then Jin gives it to Michael, saying, you. And like closing his hand around it. Again, very sweet. Didn't necessarily make me cry, but
that one,
was sweet.
That one definitely got me more than the Claire. I don't know
what this is. This is that typical thing where women can't like other women.
It's not that I like a lot. I guess I relate more with Sun. Like, she's.
As in, you learned another language to cheat on your husband and leave him?
Yes, exactly. I don't know.
As in, you broke a ballerina when you were a kid and blamed the maid?
Yes, actress-wise, I think I like the way that Sun plays her part better than Claire. That's all.
Fair enough. Sorry, this is a long episode, but there's so much stuff. I don't know why there's so much shit in this episode. God, if I kill this fucking gnat, I'm going to be so happy. Nope, that was just a piece of dust. At the caves, Sun made Claire some tea, and she says Aaron's a beautiful name. What does it mean? Don't know. You want to look up what Aaron means?
We don't. We Americans don't name our children things.
Right,
that mean
like
things.
we're not like it doesn't have to mean fisherman's son, like Jin does.
Jin does?
No,
what?
Just kidding. That'd be the best.
Oh,
no. What does the name Jin mean? This is just the typing portion of the podcast.
The name Aaron is a Hebrew baby name. In Hebrew, the meaning of the name Aaron is lofty, exalted, high mountain. Biblically, Aaron was Moses' older brother and keeper by God's command. He was first high priest of the Israelites, remembered for the miraculous blooming of his staff or rod.
That's what she said.
I'm sorry, blossoming of his staff or rod.
Blooming of his staff.
I'm not able
Jin
to read.
literally means gold.
Gold?
Yeah.
J-I-N?
Yep. It says Chinese stuff, yeah.
I know that my son's name means warrior of battle.
Warrior?
Warrior.
Warrior,
battle.
not worrier. Okay, gotcha.
Now I want to know what Jenna means.
So, Sun says that they'll bring him back because
Nothing.
Charlie said he would.
It's nothing.
What?
Means nothing.
Jenna doesn't mean anything? Or
Jenna
does it mean nothing?
Jenna is a female given name.
Do I get anything? What the... Mine means Yahweh is God? Joel is one of 12 minor prophets of the Old Testament.
Yes, you're in the Bible. Sam's in the Bible. Seth's in the Bible. Jenna is a female name. Thanks, parents.
Mom asked Dad to look up female name, and that's what he came up with. It's just a female name. In the jungle, Charlie and Saeed are running again. Rousseau set up a fake baby trap, and Charlie gets hit in the head with some rocks. He's bleeding, and then he's like, well, fucking fix it. What do you military people do?
Right.
And he's like, oh, okay.
And I knew exactly what,
Yeah, pours it in there. Screams as it does.
Okay, so when revolution happens in our lifetime, are we actually going to have to do that to each other? Because I don't have any bullets in my house.
When you say when revolution happens, you mean the show Revolution?
The show Revolution, yes.
When we lose power.
When we lose power and the government takes... when Trump becomes president... And then the government is at war, and then power is shut off, and the whole country is like, nope, we're going to go back to Roman times, all the way back.
We just decided it'll be better this
way.
Make America Great Britain again.
I feel like I need to go buy some ammo so that I'll be able to,
We'd have to also get guns.
Well, I mean, no, when shit falls on our head and we need to, light a match.
Fair enough.
But I don't have matches either, so...
So you're screwed anyway. Fuck it. Well, he's saying that she's been here for 16 years, so she knows how to set traps quickly. And then the way he does it, he pours it in there. He goes, "This is because I hit you, isn't it?"
It's over here.
I hesitated.
See it. No, I can't see it.
No, it's gone. It disappeared into the brown floor.
Did.
It just tells him this is not going to be pleasant.
Yeah.
In the jungle, Hurley's repeating the numbers like Leonard, which was weird. 4, 8, 13, 16, 23, 42. Like the way he was
and
just.
Kate's like, what?
Kate heard 23, and he asked if that means anything to her. And she says the guy who called the feds on her in Australia did it for $23,000. I feel like I'm going to knock over the statue trying to kill this fucking gnat.
That would be really bad.
So I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going for it. It just gets to fly around. Locke and Jack walk with the torches and dynamite, which makes perfect fucking sense.
Yep.
I know Hurley mentions it later, but
Yeah.
just what the fuck? Locke says he and Jack shouldn't be so close. And Jack, if we blow up, we blow up. What?
Right.
He asks what that was about back there, and you asked me to let you go. And Locke seriously doubts that it would have killed him. Jack wants an explanation, and Locke believes that he was being tested. That's why we don't see eye to eye. You're a man of science, I'm a man of faith. Do you really think that this is all an accident, that a group of strangers survived, some with just superficial injuries? You think we crashed on this place by coincidence, especially this place? We were brought here for a purpose, for a reason. Who brought us here? The island? He says the island. The island brought us here. So now I need to detour us for 3 minutes.
Oh God, 3 whole minutes?
Yes, because there is a bonus feature that was not in Chronologically Lost, but fits in here time-wise.
Okay.
You ready to see this shit?
I am. Are you going to play it just for me and then for them later?
Do you really think all this is an accident?
Hold on.
That we...
Hold on. Let me
can't
go.
see it.
I'm
It's
trying to
really
get to it
tiny.
full screen. I'll post this link on our Twitter page.
Do you really think all this is an accident?
I think that when this is playing on the show, you
That
should
we,
show it full
a group of
screen.
strangers
I will.
survived? Many of us with just superficial injuries? You think we crashed on this place by coincidence? Especially this place? We were brought here for a purpose, for a reason, all of us. Each one of us was brought here for a reason. Brought here. And who brought us here, John?
Jacob.
The island. The island brought us here.
So I think I did see that.
Doctor has no idea, does he? Why is he so afraid?
And where's that path end, John? The path ends at the hatch. The hatch, Jack. All of it happened so that we could open
Is
the
this
hatch.
new?
No, we're opening the hatch so that we can survive.
It's just to show that this is going on while they're talking.
You find that Scottish guy down there pushing a button. He is gonna be pissed. If he wasn't pushing that button, we'd all be in a lot of trouble. Oh, okay. Like, say, more trouble than getting turned into black smoke. Takes on the form of dead people. Okay, you really need to get over that.
I don't believe in destiny. Yes, you do. You just don't know it yet.
We have to go back, Kate.
They call me a monster, Jacob. Me. I'm a monster. Get it? All because you threw me down into some underground river of shiny magic light.
That shiny magic light is very important. It happens to be the source of...
Oh, yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Yahoo
God.
for you and your light. Okay, Jacob? And I swear to God, if you start with any of that whole, the island is a cork thing, I will go nuts.
It's a good metaphor.
Uh-huh. Okay, well, we'll see how happy these people are when you explain their whole reason for being here with a metaphor. You think they'll be disappointed? They want answers, Jacob, not corks.
Well, maybe they'll give me the benefit of the doubt once they start jumping around in time.
Right, because
No.
time travel always helps things make more sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Like picking 6 candidates to replace you because you're sick of being in charge, and you know that I'll inevitably disguise myself as candidate number 4 so I can manipulate Ben Linus into killing you? That kind of sense?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you do.
I do not.
Do too.
Do not do two.
Do not. Do too. Do not. Do too. Do not. Infinity.
You know what?
Infinity.
You've got a bad attitude, Barry.
Hey, don't call me that.
Who's
Why
Barry?
not? It's your name, Barry.
Oh. Did we ever get his name in the entire show?
No.
I thought we didn't.
We did not.
Okay.
That's the joke, is that it was a
Very.
reveal. That was Comic-Con 2011.
Okay.
So that was the year after Lost concluded that they put that out. I just thought that was fucking
That was
hilarious at the time. So the worst comment in the comment section of that video was from Nathan Salvers 2 years ago. So Barry is actually Obama? ? Because Obama went by Barry when he was a kid, and both of them are black monsters.
What?
What the fuck is wrong with you? I laughed pretty hard.
Why would Obama go by Barry?
Because Barry, he just went by Barry as a kid. Barry. Barack. You could see Jennifer get shortened to Jenny. It's the same kind of thing.
I think that Rock,
Right. Well, but The Rock wasn't...
Bar.
Yeah, Bar. But, I mean, Jesus
Or
Christ,
Bar
what
Rock.
is wrong with people? He went by it and they were both
That's
black
awful.
monsters. He's the worst person. This is no ordinary place. The island chose you too, Jack. It's destiny. Jack asks if he talked with Boone about destiny, and he's like, he just fucking straight up says Boone was the sacrifice the island demanded.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
Right.
You're just saying you let him die. What happened to him was part of a chain of events that led us to right fucking here, right now.
Yeah.
The path ends at the hatch. All of this happened so we could open it. And he's like, no, we're opening it so we can survive. And he's like, survival is relative, Jack. I don't believe in destiny. Yes, you do. You just don't know it yet. So then we go to the raft. At night, Michael covers up Walt. Sawyer wants to turn the radar on. They say they're 15 miles out, of course, one of the numbers. He said every hour, and they turn on for 5 minutes. You know what I like about you, Michael? You got the patience of a saint. I've seen the way Walt talks back to you and runs around doing whatever he wants. I would have shown him the back of my hand a long time ago. Is that what your daddy did to you? Nah, my daddy never got a chance to beat me. He shot himself when I was 8. Another number. Is that why you want to die? And he's like, I couldn't figure out why you wanted to be on the boat. You're either a hero or you want to die. And he's like, well, I ain't no hero. Damn it. One of these...
Miss it. Again.
Let's see. So the radar starts beeping, and then something is out there, basically. At the hatch, Locke asks Hugo to take the extra dynamite back a few hundred yards. Hurley says, what I was thinking, can I have a flashlight?
Right.
Because the torch around dynamite thing not making a whole lot of sense. Kate runs the fuse, and then Jack and Locke rig the charges. At the smoke signal fire, whatever you want to call it, Saeed and Charlie approach it, and there are no footprints or tracks. They hear Aaron crying, and Saeed and Charlie call out to Russo. She comes out with Aaron.
Who is now starving to death.
Island healed him.
Okay.
She just wanted Alex back. She probably had some formula left over from
I'm sure.
for Alex.
The Enfamil container that she
Enfamil
had.
container from 16 years ago. She thought if she gave him the baby,
baby.
Saeed tells her it's okay, and then she gives him the baby, and then Charlie takes him. And Charlie says there never were any others. She started the fire. And she says she heard them whispering, saying they were coming for the child. The others said they were coming for the boy. Charlie calls her pathetic. Now, it's so much easier to see the significance of what she said there, and that she wasn't lying, when you see a couple scenes later. You see? You see what they did? We're coming for the boy. We're going to have to take the boy.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they were talking about. She legitimately was warning them.
She did hear them?
She heard them whispering, and she heard whispers, but she also heard them talking about taking the boy, or coming for the boy. Not Aaron.
I didn't put that together.
And, wait, did I write that thing down? I hope that I did. Maybe I didn't, but, they were... Oh, no, it's later on. Okay, that's right. At the raft, Walt wakes up to...
We still have like 45 minutes left in this episode.
We don't. It's almost over, I swear.
Oh, my God.
You shut your mouth. This is an action-packed season
It was
finale
good.
shit.
I'm sorry.
It's great. Walt wakes up to the beeping. They have one flare, basically. Jin can't see anything because it's dark out.
Right.
Jin and Michael are communicating, and then, hey, Han, you and Chewie want to slow down a bit and talk to me? They're debating firing the flare. They don't even know if Saeed's radar works. He's like, you ever seen him fix something that didn't work? It's moving away, and Sawyer's threatening to take the flare gun, and Walt wants him to shoot it, and then Michael does, and the beeping stops. And then it starts again. They're coming back, and they're all excited. And then Jin shushes them so they could listen. And then a light turns on and shines on them, and they assume rescue. Michael's talking about the plane crash. It's a good thing we found you. The only thing is we're going to have to take the boy.
And they're like, what?
Yeah, and then Sawyer shoots at him and gets shot off the boat, and they take Walt, and then they blow up the raft, and we get our Walt.
So good.
at the caves. Charlie and Saeed and Aaron return. Claire's so happy.
Because she finally gets to nurse the baby.
Well, but again, one boy taken, one returned.
Yeah.
It's like
Happens
Boone's
a
death
lot.
all over again. And that was
Yeah.
only a couple days ago. But same fucking thing. Aaron's bad luck. He was
is.
born, killed Boone, and now he gets taken, and then Walt gets taken to replace
Yep.
him. Like, it's like everybody's
Well, he came
trading
back.
shit for
He
Aaron.
came back.
Who?
Aaron.
Is that you buzzing over there?
Yeah, I was going to say, tell Jeremy it's garbage night.
Oh. You were going to, or you did?
Yeah, so I had to turn off airplane mode.
Oh, I see. And then just a bunch came through that
Yeah,
have been
so
building
I'm
up because
trying
you're
to-
so popular.
Two text messages came in.
Shannon joins the group and looks for Saeed and goes running to him, crying. They hug. That, again, kind of got to me. The way, when she saw him, the way her face just kind of lost
Shannon?
it. Yeah. Charlie's cleaning himself up. And
So he could get high.
yeah, he
Perfect.
grabbed one of the statues. At the hatch, we hear the beeping, and then Desmond's eye opened. I had to pause because I was so fucking excited to be in the hatch again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whew, okay,
Yes.
got to get braced for this. Let's do this. We see the command prompt. Desmond slides over and types in the numbers. The beeping stops. He puts on make your own kind of music, cleans up the dishes. He rides the bike 16 miles per hour.
So is that the same song that we had like an opening with Juliet cleaning the house and doing all that in the 70s, right?
No.
That was a different song? No, I know this
That's
one.
Downtown.
The one that Juliet was.
This is Juliet's song.
Okay. This is not Juliet's song. This is Seinfeld's song. That's George's song from Seinfeld.
Okay, maybe, but this is the one from this episode.
Yes, this one was good.
Yeah, that's just one of those songs that'll forever be associated with this. Let's see. So he cleans up the dishes. He rides the bike at 16 miles an hour. He does pull-ups, and then we get like a workout montage. He takes a shower, appears to make a smoothie.
Which he only has 108 minutes to do all of that.
Right. And we cut to outside the... 108 minutes to just go back and type it in again. No big deal. I mean, he could just pause any of those activities at any given time. He checks the timer before he takes a shower.
I think it sucks that he could never have a full night's sleep.
Well, he has to wake up no matter what.
Oh my god, that would be awful.
So 108 minutes is not
It's
even
like
2
having
hours.
an infant for the rest of your freaking life. You have to wake up every 108 minutes.
Right.
Awful.
So we cut to outside the hatch, and Jack and Locke are putting dynamite on the door and wiring it up. Jack puts the fuse in. Locke's going to light it. Kate asks why he put the dynamite in his pack, and he says he wasn't going to leave it to fate.
Right.
He's always interfering.
Yeah.
And then the one time he doesn't, he fucks shit up by not interfering, in the 70s. He had no right to make that decision. Everyone wants him to be a leader until he makes a decision that they don't like. Valid point.
Yeah.
If we survive this, we're going to have a Locke problem. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, why does he think that? Because Locke's been right? Or because he's...
Because Locke doesn't answer to anyone.
But, because of the stuff he said about Boone. That's why. He's saying that because of he was the sacrifice the island demanded shit. That's what he's worried about that Locke believes in the island.
Yeah.
He needs to know that she has his back, and she says she does. Locke asks if they're ready. Hurley says, wait a second, and he drops the flashlight, then sees the numbers on the hatch, and he's yelling, stop, don't fucking do it. And then Locke lights it anyway in a hurry.
Yeah.
And then Hurley's like trying to stomp it out. So he says the numbers are bad, and we split screen to Desmond loading up an injection. The door blows, and Desmond puts the injection back. Locke and them go see what happened after the explosion, and Desmond gets dressed in his Dharma jumpsuit as they approach the hatch. And then Desmond goes into the tiny armory. I mean, I don't know if I can zoom in too much here, but there's no bed. It's just a wall, and there's the guns. They expanded that room. By the time Ben was trapped, it was put in there.
Oh.
It gets much bigger. They
Really?
have whole scenes in there eventually. Yeah, just
Okay.
remember how tiny the armory is.
Yeah.
Hashtag tiny armory.
Okay.
Desmond loads up a rifle and then starts adjusting the mirror system to see up the hatch.
Yeah, which is really cool.
We pulled down the hatch. I mean, it is cool, but I feel like sometimes the split screen ruins it. I would almost like it to just say split screen and then split screen 1 and show you the full thing and then cut to split screen 2. You know,
that was
sometimes
okay.
it's hard to absorb both because you're like they're both so awesome, but you're focusing on one and the other's in a corner or I don't know. We pulled down from Locke and Jack, which was the end of season
really
1
cool.
for us.
Yeah.
And then the end of the cold open of season 2 was the turning around and looking up at them. And that
So
was the
awesome.
end of the episode. Fucking great shit. I mean,
Yes.
I was talking to Jeremy a little bit ago, and I love all of Lost, but I feel like this might have been the peak. As much as I love season 5 and the time jumps and stuff, and that all making sense.
Well, yeah, because we knew nothing going into
You didn't know
to season
shit
2.
going into season 2. It was
No.
fucking amazing.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Everything was possible. There's that point in like Game of Thrones.
Like they just stole Walt and what
you
in the
don't
hell
know
is
where
going
anything's
on?
they've given no answers yet.
Right.
It's all open ended. I feel like there's that moment in every show where the possibilities are limitless. And it's never going to get better than that, really, because then they start telling you what the possibilities are. They start narrowing it down by showing you what the rest of the show is.
And when they wrap it all up, that's supposed to be the best part, but they never do.
What?
Wrap shit up.
Right, not everything, right? Absolutely, but stuff like Game of Thrones, like after season 4 or 5, you're like, "Fuck, this could go any number of directions,
Yeah.
infinite possibilities."
But I'm
But
okay
then
with
they're
that.
going to finish it. But they're going to finish it in season 8 with a 7-episode season 7 and a 6-episode season 8, and that's it. Game of Thrones
not
is
good
done.
enough.
I know, but that they have a finish in mind. But right now, we're in that sweet spot where we can imagine whatever we want the ending of the story to be now.
Oh, yeah.
But that gets limited every episode we see. It gets cut down.
Yeah.
Any possibilities are getting limited by showing what it actually is. And like, I think the ending of season 1, the blowing open the hatch and leaving you there,
Was really cool.
man. I mean, have you ever heard the term "jumping the shark"?
No.
It's a TV term, and it's about when a show goes into a bad direction, where it's, like kind of what we were talking about earlier with the show's changing direction, but where it gets awful. Where a show just, it's like, oh, no, it sucked after season 3. Don't even bother. Like, the first 2 are great, but, jumping the shark is an actual thing that happened in an episode of Happy Days. Fonzie jumped over a shark on skis, water skis.
Oh.
He went off a ramp and jumped over a shark. So that was when that show went downhill.
Okay.
So they coined the term "jumping the shark" from there.
Okay.
I'm bringing it back to Lost because from Lost they coined a new term called "blowing the hatch," which means when a show goes from this to holy fuck, it could be anything.
Yeah.
Or it just where it really expands the idea of what the show
That
can
would
be.
Yeah, that's nice. I
Yeah.
never heard that.
I fucking love,
Yeah.
I don't know, you hear things like that, and I don't know, it's just awesome. I am excitable about Lost still after all these years.
Still. Can't believe it.
So what, episode 44 next week? Fuck. I'm going to be genuinely sad when this is over because that means we've literally combed through everything in Lost. We've combed through it in chronological order with the puzzle undone. Or the puzzle put together in a complete thing instead of here,
I mean, well, we have a while to go.
We
so
do.
It's, okay.
It's going to be a lot. Yeah. I mean, but I feel like at that point,
a real long time.
I feel like at that point, if I don't say anything I've ever wanted to say about Lost, then I missed my opportunity.
You
right?
have to have said it all.
I don't
by the
know.
end.
Maybe there'll be something that I'm like, fuck, I forgot to mention that thing.
You're going to be on your deathbed at like 87. You're going to be like, oh, God, I wish I would have said that one thing on episode 47.
Oh, so I still have 4 to do it.
Okay.
This is how to watch TV.
See you later.
All these memories in my mind, my mind. I'm still a secret lemonade drinker.